Hi guys, welcome back to Grapholistic tutorial. Today we will look into a trait regarding variation in slants. This is one example of variation in slants, but I'm highlighting this as a red flag for this tutorial. Not all variation in slants is a red flag, but this one is specifically for one of my tutorials that I have now in Udemy. When I was highlighting this regarding recruiting a position for a project manager, project engineer for a company that handle projects like completing projects under their responsibility, do not cheat when dealing in calculations, will not be two-faced person communicating different information to the technicians and then with employer. And this job basically needs integrity. So this trait that you will be looking at is called inconsistency, instability, and lack of discipline, and also cunning and manipulative. Alright, this trait that you see on the screen is one of the good examples of an engineer whom personally I worked with him for about 12 years. And never at one time I have good instincts since the beginning of feelings with this person. Initially, when I knew him, I did not analyze his handwriting because I want to test my observation, my analysis, by not relying on using the handwriting analysis. So I want to see whether it is accurate. What I did was I worked backwards to test. And yes, after my observation, the analysis of the handwriting and my observation is literally accurate. During that time, I wish that I have read his handwriting first before speaking to him more as a colleague, so that I could actually move away or probably not tell certain things to him. One area that I find that his unpleasant character trait was also his discipline and not wanting to change. But since we are at this topic of dishonesty, I will just focus on his character. His variation of slants, indecipherable words are all the signs of covering up and being manipulative. That is why most of the times and almost all co-workers do not trust him, even though the staff whom we thought is close to him actually frankly told me that they didn't trust him. So what can you do if you have an employee or co-workers or colleagues or friends who is like this? Firstly, you have to just be careful. This trait, you have to be extra careful. This is your employee. Do not terminate this person just because he has this kind of character, unless it's really, really that bad that affect the company's reputation. And if you have a friend who is like this, you have to know how to speak to him, what to speak to him, and you have to have like a control about what you share. And this kind of people, if you are working with him, don't give him full control of the projects, because have someone else to be like the first contact point to speak to the client and also the staff. He could be like the second person normally. And make sure any instructions that you give it in writing, such as in email or SMS or WhatsApp messages, because this can be used for backup purposes. I've tried this and I actually encountered a lot of times speaking to this person and he twists the words. It's not only me who experienced this, my ex-colleagues who experienced this. Most of the time, I can say 99% of the time, he came back and said something else, and then I would just show this is what you wrote. So this is what you have to do. Be prepared that this kind of person will twist and turn the words that you say, and he will normally speak fluently, that people will believe him more than you, even though you are at the right side.